Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I am up with yet another healthy recipe. So this is a pizza recipe but with no maida, no processed cheese, no processed butter and no store-bought sauces that are loaded with preservatives. We will all make it together here. So let's get started. So this recipe has three parts: the pizza sauce, the cheese or the cheese sauce, the toppings and finally the pizza base or assembling the pizza. So for the pizza base we are going to roughly chop around 3 tomatoes, 3 medium-sized tomatoes. No need to chop them into really tiny pieces, as ultimately we are going to grind them into a fine paste. Then we'll add in around one big sized onion or 1.5 medium-sized onion, again roughly chopped. 1 inch of ginger and around 8 to 10 cloves of garlic, both finely chopped. Now we'll add all into a saucepan. To this we are going to add 1/4 to half cup of water, half teaspoon of salt, 1 dried red chili and 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. Give it all a quick mix and close the lid and let it cook on a medium flame for next 10 minutes. But every 2 to 3 minutes, give it a good stir until the tomatoes are cooked well. Once done, transfer onto a vessel or a plate so that it cools down to grind it into a smooth paste. Now take a kadhai, add 1 teaspoon of oil and add the ground paste onto it. We need to cook this so that it reduces in quantity. Now this could easily take good 10 to 12 minutes or even more depending on the water content in the paste. We need to wait until all the water evaporates and only a thick tomato paste is left behind. That is same as the consistency of a chutney. You can see it on the screen now. This is going to reduce and this is the output. Now we'll add around half teaspoon of salt to adjust the salt, half teaspoon of oregano, half teaspoon of dried basil. This is optional. Add around 1/4 teaspoon of jaggery or jaggery powder. This is to balance the tanginess from the tomatoes, so do not skip this step. Add around 2 tablespoons of vinegar, again depending on the sourness of the tomatoes you are working with. Give them all a good mix and wait until it reaches this consistency. Now you can switch off the gas and move ahead. For the cheese, we are going to make fresh ricotta cheese, for which I have taken around 1 liter of milk and keep it for boiling. Also, we'll soak around 10 to 15 cashews in hot water. Once the milk boils, reduce the flame and then add around 2 lemon, which is squeezed but in parts. After the first part is added, give it a good stir. You will see that the milk has started to curdle. Now add the second part as well and keep it for rest for around 3 to 5 minutes. Post that, strain the curdled milk onto a muslin or a cotton cloth. Keep the cloth onto a strainer. We are not going to squeeze out all the water content. Whatever water content oozes out easily on its own for the first 2 to 3 minutes, that's it. This is the main difference between the paneer and the ricotta cheese. Now in that 2 minutes, I will chop up some veggies for topping. Today I am taking around 1 onion and 1 capsicum, but you can add whatever you like. I suppose there's no need to specify what all toppings can be added onto a pizza, right? So I'll chop both of them into big cubes. Now I'll start making the cheese spread, for which I have added the soaked cashews into a blender and I'm adding 2 to 3 tablespoons of water and we'll blend them all well. So the main intention here is to just grind the cashew so that it doesn't be appear in the sauce in big chunks. As you can see, it's grinded well. Now once this is done, we'll add in the ricotta cheese into the blender. To make a sauce like consistency, we'll add in some water as well as needed. Now we'll add the same water which we have collected underneath the strainer. Add around some tablespoons of water and blend it well. You need to add water from time to time so that it gets blended into a very smooth paste. Once done, you can adjust the salt, and I have added a bit of black pepper as well, but this is optional, and blend it one more time. This is the consistency of cheese sauce which we need, and I recommend it keeping it in the fridge for at least half an hour to 40 minutes so that it becomes a bit firm. Now we'll start preparing the toppings, for which I've added 1 teaspoon of oil onto a kadhai and add in the chopped onion. Fry it for around 30 seconds. Once the onion is partially cooked, we'll add in the capsicum and cook it for another 3 to 4 minutes, and that's it. Do not overcook. These veggies needs to be crunchy. So for the pizza base, I've taken the same chapati dough which we all make every day, right? We roll it into a small puri-like shape. Now fill this with the chilled cheese sauce preparation which we have prepared, and then we'll seal all the sides, as now you can see on the screen. Now we'll roll this very slowly and very carefully, like as you roll in a chapati or a paratha, but be very careful. If at all you feel that the sides are breaking, you need to add a bit of flour on it and roll it again. Do not make it very thin. Add around 1/4 teaspoon of oil and place the pizza base onto it. Until that's cooking on one side, we'll make another base ready. This time, after filling the chilled cheese sauce, we're not going to roll it out using the rolling pin. Instead, we'll press down the sides by a palm or a finger and prepare the base. Now, as you can see, I am adding onto the cheese sauce. Now we are going to seal the sides. And that's it. So this is how we seal it, and then now instead of rolling it, we are going to press it down by our fingers itself. So this way there's less chance of the cheese sauce getting oozed out of the pizza base. Those who are not comfortable with the first technique can opt for the second. Here also add on the dry flour whenever or from wherever the cheese sauce oozes out. So this is how you prepare the base by the second method. I also have a third method coming up by which you can prepare the base or fill up the base. As you can see, a part of cheese sauce is oozing out. So at this place I'm going to add 2 pinches of the dry flour so that it doesn't stick onto the pan when I place it. And that's almost ready. So the one which was on the pan, I'll just flip it over. As you can see, it is nicely cooked from one side. Now we'll add a generous amount of the pizza sauce which we prepared. Spread it onto it very nicely. Now as the second layer, we'll add the cheese sauce which we kept for chilling. After spreading it, we can add the toppings, whatever toppings you have prepared in the previous step. So I'm going to add the capsicum and the tomatoes which I prepared, the onion which I prepared, and sprinkle in some dried oregano and some dried basil or some Italian seasoning, whatever you have. Close the lid and cook it until all the flavors are infused. Now we'll move on to the third method. I feel that this is the easiest method to prepare the base. Now this time we are taking a much smaller ball and roll it entirely into a fairly thin chapati like shape, and we'll keep it aside. So as you can see, this is quite thin. Now similarly, we'll roll out one more chapati of a similar shape and similar size. Now as you can see, this is of the same size. Both of them are of same size. Now we'll take the one chapati and we'll make the edges of the one chapati which we have taken with water. We'll wet the edges and then spread the cheese sauce onto it. So adding a generous amount of the cheese sauce and spreading it, leaving the wet edges. We need to seal it once the cheese sauce has been spread nicely. Now we'll place the other chapati on top of it and press down the edges to seal it. So in this way, there's no fear of the cheese getting oozed out. Now as you can see, the previous pizza is ready. We'll place our pizza onto a plate. And we'll repeat the same procedure for the one which we prepared just now. Once it is cooked, we'll flip it over, spread the pizza sauce, spread the cheese sauce, and finally the toppings. Sprinkle some oregano, some dried basil or some Italian mix, and let it cook from the another side as well. So our delicious pizza is ready. It's cheesy from inside as well. This is the healthiest pizza which you can prepare at home with no maida, no processed butter, no yeast, no processed cheese, no sugar. Do try out this recipe and don't forget to share the feedback. And if you make it, click a picture and tag me on Instagram handle, or you can share the feedback in the comment section. Also, subscribe to my channel and press the bell button to get updated with such new interesting and healthy recipes. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon with a next video. Until then, Zesty Health Bite signing off.